Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Triple H reveals a recent creative disagreement with CM Punk.
I'm going to tell you about a cancelled TNA versus WWE feud.
The Rock New Japan t-shirt, what's going on?
And an update on Kairi Sane. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
All right, let's talk Paul Levesque, Triple H, CM Punk creative disagreement. They had a bit of a butting of heads, but they've resolved it in a very positive way by the sounds of things. Triple H was on my favourite douchebag podcast, the High Performance Podcast.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, well, there you go. But he had some interesting things to say about CM Punk and their relationship and how it has changed. I'm going to read you a couple of paragraphs here from Paul Levesque. And you can make of it what you will. We've had a couple of moments since CM Punk's return. There was one moment where to return, and they told him something creatively, and then they told me he does not like this. So they told him something, and CM Punk went no. I was like, okay, I'll talk to him. He went to talk to him, and I was like, what's going on? I told him the creative, and he was like, it's good, whatever. I was like, I know you don't like it. Everybody told me, so let's be open. So it sounds like CM Punk was like, it's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Blah, 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 blah. But then Triple H is like, no, you're not happy. Let's hash it out. Let's break it down.
Indeed.
So then he complained about what it was. I said, okay, let's go sit and talk about it, come up with something good. This was a paradigm shift for us relationship-wise. And now it's a funny thing for me to even say, sitting down and being collaborative with CM Punk is one of my favourite things at TV because he shares a very similar view at the end of the day of the business as I do. That is a hell of a sentence. At the end of the day of the business as I do.
Yeah.
You can turn that into some kind of song. But yeah, there you go. Men sitting down and hashing things out.
That's what professionals do. They don't just go out on there and, go into the business of themselves on the microphone. That can cause problems for other companies.
We hate it when that happens.
But, But it's kind of a relief to hear this has happened. Do you know what I mean by that? In terms of, there's always been, from the moment CM Punk returned, that fear of like, okay, this all seems to be going really well. He's kind of got past being injured and being frustrated with all that, and he's still factored in and what have you. And he's probably going to, he hasn't won the Rumble, okay. Well, he's probably going to win he hasn't won the Chamber, okay. But he's main event in WrestleMania. But you always figured there was going to come a point sometime where he and Triple H finally would have a major disagreement on something. It's genuinely just a relief to hear that they've just gone, yeah, we'll just sort it out, because that was always the big question mark over Punk's return. I mean, he's got a history, let's say.
He's a fiery guy.
Yeah, fair enough if he wants to, fight for the way he's booked. But yeah, nice to hear that they can sort these things out.
Yeah, that's how it should work. And I mean, like, if you go to someone and you know they're unhappy and they go, it's fine or whatever, that's bull. That's nonsense. Like, if someone says that to you and you can sense they're unhappy, I think Triple H made the right move by sniffing it out.
Yeah.
You don't let someone bull you, basically, because then that'll fester within them. Yeah, and then CM Punk will be sitting there going, I hate this idea. I don't like this idea. That's
company.
That's how I speak. I'm from Chicago.
That is how he talks.
That's how everyone from Chicago speaks, I think. I've been there once, I know. Expert on the matter, in fact. But yeah, that's how you do it. You can't be fighting with your boss either. So it sounds like a pretty positive bit of conflict resolution.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when CM Punk went back to WWE, were counting down to when Mount Brooks might erupt at some point. But he has thus far refrained from getting in backstage scuffles with his co-workers. He has refrained from all kinds of stuff. He seems a bit happier.
Yeah.
He seems a bit more at peace.
Now there's just him and Dwayne, I suppose. To
Company man Punk. That's what
very excited to hear how the Rock responds to that promo, if he ever does.
Yeah.
And Punk was just like, do your shit.
Bald fraud. Yeah, what's going on? I don't know what's going on with The Rock. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Yeah, it's WrestleMania this week.
Yeah, it is. And he's not been on TV once since Elimination Chamber.
What gives, Dwayne? Come on.
What are you doing, you lazy bum?
The fans are waiting.
Sitting at home eating Cheetos.
I think he might show up.
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope he does. Because what's the point in selling the soul if he doesn't show up?
I'll tell you where we're going to bloody show up, though.
Oh, HyperX.
That's right. We're doing 4 consecutive nights across WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Of parties, but this is the main one you need to head to. Our meet and greet, our SmackDown watch along, our live ups and downs, and a big WrestleMania preview at the HyperX. If you want to join us for that, whatculture.com/tickets. I will be doing a stage dive in, 4 days' time.
You're not going to do a stage dive, man.
I'm going to do it.
There is a barricade. There is a big gap.
I can run and
You're
jump.
going to break your neck.
Catch me!
No one catches
Join, come along and catch me.
He deserves
please.
the injuries. Don't
Yeah,
let
fair.
him do it.
You don't. Yeah, buying a ticket does not necessitate you having to catch me. You can just watch me fall.
Yeah.
Either or. Just
There you go.
as long as you buy a ticket.
There you go. You'll be fine.
Join us for that. Anyway, right, let's talk about this cancelled TNA WWE feud. Very interesting, this. It centres around Joe Hendry. That's the wrong way of doing it, but still. It centres around Joe because obviously it's been a little bit weird that, yes, he's been used in NXT, but aside from appearance on the Royal Rumble, he wasn't used on the main roster, considering he's one of the biggest stars, of the past year or so that's not in WWE or AEW. I was there with him when he was anticipated to be at the Glasgow Raw, and that never came about. But yeah, Fightful doing this report about a bit of a cancelled feud that says they learned earlier this year that there was an idea to have Hendry appear on Raw. However, we're told Ariel Sherner didn't agree with the creative, which likely would have led to Joe Hendry taking a loss. And apparently the feud would have centered around between Joe Hendry and The Miz. That never ended up happening. A bit of a compromise between the two companies. Ethan Page has been sent in the other direction with a very similar piece of creative, basically. Also, WWE souring a bit on Ariel Sherner. Apparently, there was a situation where WWE talent in NXT requested Sherner not to be in the locker room. Nothing personal about this. They just said should be limited to just talent, basically. But a real shame this for them not using Joe. I get it to a certain extent. Ariel saying, I want to protect Joe. I don't want him to take a loss. But I do think I would have liked to have seen more. We will probably get it eventually.
Yeah.
But Joe versus The Miz on the mic could have been quite fun.
I think I was very surprised when Joe wasn't on the Raw in Glasgow because he's Scottish and
Jay needed a partner.
And it seemed like the easiest pop in the universe, right? Now, look, what happened with Jimmy, I thought was really good. That tag team match, I was like, oh God, the Usos rule. Just like remembering what they obviously have been over.
Do you think
the
it was a
years.
pivot? Because it felt weird that they probably would have said, Jimmy's going to tag with Jay.
Well,
rather than say, oh, mystery partner, then they didn't even do Jay comes out and then Jimmy comes out, because I think they knew that if they waited, people would be like, oh, it's not Joe.
Yeah, possibly. But if it was, I think it worked out a little bit for the better.
Yeah.
Because then we got to the angle with Gunther and the blood, and that was a bit more natural following on from the tag match. And Jimmy's pep talk with Jay backstage and all that. So it worked out. I would have maybe just used Joe somewhere else.
Yeah.
Just come out and do the song, man.
Have anyone say who this Glasgow's bloody crap. It's not as lovely.
He could he could have squashed
anyone.
Could have squashed Max Cast. That's the wrong promotion.
He could have squashed Elias. It doesn't work for him anymore.
Yeah.
Could have squashed
Austin Theory, there you go.
Yeah.
Why the hell not? He gets squashed every week. Oh no, he was fighting Jimmy and Jay. What are we doing?
Oh, bollocks.
Idiots. But
Quick,
yeah.
get a name. Quick. Joe could have easily squashed.
Joe Coffey, his old mate. There you go.
An old Scottish affair.
ICW.
I was really worried we were going to pull out Jacob Fatu there.
No,
bollocks.
That would have been funny. But yeah, I thought it was strange that they didn't use them.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably not watch The Miz ever again and be quite happy. No disrespect, I'm just bored.
There's a lot of stuff to go on for a song though on The Miz.
Yeah, there is. And The Miz would get annoyed.
I'm annoyed he didn't get
Probably
that.
be pretty good. He could just squash The Miz.
Yeah.
There you go, boom. Easy, job done. Hey, before we jump into our first story, quick shout out to some of our friends at Pandemonium Pro Wrestling. They are running in Las Vegas on Thursday, 11 a.m. Get along there. The house always wins. Tickets are available on Dice FM. Myself and Michael Hamflet will be there. There's all kinds of fun stuff on the card, man. Hechicero versus my guy Kevin Blackwood in the main event. But there's wrestlers from Japan. There's the biggest and brightest names from the US indie scene. All kinds of exciting. I believe it's the first indie match of the former Duke Hudson He's going to be on the show
Yes,
too.
I saw this. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a great lineup. I'm really fired up for it. Thursday morning, grab your tickets, Dyson.
Oh, just honestly, you know how giddy I am about WrestleMania, but I love the vibes of you and Hamflet. We land Wednesday afternoon, evening in Las Vegas, and you're like, what's the first time I can see a wrestling show? Because we'll be covering Dynamite and stuff on Wednesday night.
Yeah,
straight to Pandemonium.
Trying to get to a show on Wednesday would be tough.
Yeah.
But we'll be there. Pandemonium, Dice FM. You can look up the tickets. The house always wins.
Yes.
So it looks freaking awesome.
Not when I'm in Las Vegas. I'll be cleaning up, thank you very much.
I'm gonna put.
Let's be your lady tonight. I've lost it all.
I might put a fiver on. What's the wee ball thing?
Roulette.
Right, that's the one. Fiver on green.
Last time I was in Vegas, genuine story. Hornswoggle taught me craps. Anything's possible.
Good stuff.
And anything's possible in the pyramid.
Who are we going to bump into in the pyramid? Bailey, presumably. Egypt.
Yes, good point. That's where she's staying, I assume.
Yeah. Leo DiCaprio, because there's a Titanic museum in there for some reason.
Didn't Johnny Depp do a film in Las Vegas?
The Mummy. That's the one. That's the one.
Katy Perry. Shut up and put your money where your mouth is.
Elvis Presley.
Yes. I'm going to get married.
Might be there.
Again.
Yeah, to the Sphinx.
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah, I can't wait to do some videos in front of that crazy puppy. The 10th wonder of the world, they call it. Right, let's talk about The Rock.
Yes.
This was a bit of a talking point over the weekend. I mean,
The Rock wears a t-shirt.
The Rock wears a t-shirt. He looked nice in the t-shirt, man. It was a really well-fitting cut. But he was playing a Rubik's Cube on his Instagram. He posted a picture of him in the New Japan Pro Wrestling t-shirt with the caption, "Slightly intellectually intimidated, but keeping faith alive." New Japan then responded to this with another picture of The Rock, saying, "If you smell what the lion is cooking." This got a bunch of people wondering, what the hell's going on? Is something happening? I saw a bunch of people going completely nuts and going, there must be a working relationship.
Rock's taking over from Gato, that's what I've heard.
I mean, that'd be quite funny.
Yeah.
It would also probably ruin a thing I love.
The Rock.
But, yeah. Can't have him going and working for these non-WWE, because I'm such a Fed stan. But yeah, nonsense aside, PW Insider's Mike Johnson asked about what was going on. He asked around and nobody was willing to say anything.
So he DM'd Dwayne and Dwayne didn't respond.
Yeah, basically.
What's the deal with the t-shirt,
Hey,
mate?
Dwayne, apparently someone intimated that he did it for a reason, but... So I think the most obvious answer to this is Carl Anderson said some stuff about The Rock recently, and Carl Anderson's very associated with New Japan Pro Wrestling. You'd assume he might go back there, him and Gallows, now they're free. So my best bet is that he was just, going, hey, look, it's like a little nudge, wink, wink thing. There's not a working relationship. Calm down.
Yeah, I didn't read too much into this. All I did when I saw this was I thought, well, I assume Forbidden Door's cancelled this summer, and AEW's relationship with New Japan must be over because The Rock's taken over.
They're doing The Rock versus Gabe Kidd, Forbidden Door.
Why
not?
I tell you what.
That'd be very sweary, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. There you go.
I love how people got so excited about this.
They went
just
nuts.
Just wearing a t-shirt, guys.
It's a t-shirt, yeah. It's a guy wearing a t-shirt.
What a worker. Though.
The Rock also loves pro wrestling, so there's a good chance he just likes New Japan.
It's a cool shirt as
It's
well.
a nice shirt. It's like the rag, this different colour sleeves. What are they called? Raglan or something?
I never know.
I have no idea. Baseball.
To be fair, he could wear the AJ Styles Jizz shirt from TNA and make it look good, couldn't he?
See the thread going viral at the weekend, but
yeah.
always pounding ass, all that stuff. You know the worst thing about the APA always pounding ass t-shirt is all the text alignment's wrong.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like bloop, 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 bloop. Make any sense? Yeah, you can pound the ass if you want APA, but at least get your alignments.
I do love a crap wrestling shirt.
Me too.
I mean, I'd never wear it.
Yeah, I mean the Yeet one's rubbish. You're a grown man, and yeah, it rocks. Yeah.
No prizes for guessing which member of the WhatCulture office owns a Yeet shirt.
Multiple Yeet shirts. He's got Yeet tattooed on
I'll give you a
his...
clue. He says it quite regularly on the podcast. Right, let's bring an update on Kairi Sane. She is even stronger than before. She provided a nice update over the weekend after undergoing surgery to repair, a torn ligament in her thumb. She first addressed the injury in January after suffering, or last appearing, I should say, for WWE in December. She just said she was dealing with an arm issue, but now we have the specifics. Yes, a torn ligament in her thumb. She wrote on social media, 3 months ago, I tore a ligament in my thumb, and I couldn't even open a bottle cap. Now I fully regained my grip strength, and I'm even stronger than before. I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart to Dr. Hirsch, who performed my surgery. He was such a kind and wonderful doctor. I wish I had taken a moment with him to remember, taken a photo with him, sorry, to remember that moment. Good news about Kairi. We talked recently. We did a whole video, in fact, on who could return post-WrestleMania on the Raw after WrestleMania. I mentioned Asuka, her damage control partner. Kairi saying looks positive in terms of a return. No word on it just yet, but exciting times if you're a fan of damage control.
Yeah, there was a video of her doing pull-ups in her garage, just killing it. Going from not being able to open a jar of tomatoes or whatever, that's pretty impressive recovery.
Because she couldn't even do a thumbs up, presumably.
She just had to do the Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
It was torn up. How do you tear your ligament in your thumb?
I must say, oh, my light's turned on my phone.
You bend it back.
That's the only thing I think of which makes me...
Jammed in a car or something. No idea. No idea how you do that, but yeah, good to... There was some pictures of her working out recently with the former Xia Li. She was looking jacked.
Good.
So yeah, she's been.
I miss Kairi. I love her insane elbow.
It'd be funny if she came back like 7 foot tall and just
comes back like Randy Orton.
Yeah, just starts kicking ass.
Jesus Christ, Kairi.
Team her up with almost. They can be the giants.
What do you think they do? Did they revisit the damage control thing, or do they just let them go off and do singles stuff?
I just revisit it. Yeah, they've got a nice vibe together.
They do,
it's not everyone's favourite stable, but they make sense together. So.
Yeah, Dakota as well is awesome. Yeah, what a team. Io's doing quite well, I suppose, as well. She's world champion going into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Exciting times. Best luck in your recovery to Kairi and to Asuka.
Get well.
Yes.
Yeah. Get well, threateningly.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Get better.
Do it. And also, do this. 100 greatest WrestleMania
Whoa.
moments. 100 of them. 2 hours long. Come on.
Give it a click.
Clickety click. Give it a kiss.
Bye.
Bye.